Greetings everyone. I am here today to talk to you about one of the basic fundamentals of pole, which is the pole walk. Now, those of you who have tried this before or are new to pole probably understand that it's a little bit more than just walking around the pole. There's a lot of elements to it. I'm not only going to break those elements down for you, but I'm going to do it in a way that you should be able to reverse engineer it to really create your own personal style of pole dance walk. Now, the first thing we need to talk about before engaging the pole is posture. Not only for safety reasons, but for aesthetics, it's very important to have correct posture while practicing pole. The important thing is that we want our scapula depressed and retracted, and what that means is we want our shoulders back and down. Just remember throughout this that you want to have better posture than your dance partner over here. So we want an elongated neck, we want to pull our navel in and engage our core, and always keep those shoulders back and down. Now, when we come up to our pole, if you have a static pole, you are going to have to let the pole slide through your hand. If you are on a spin pole, you can go ahead and just grab the pole. So let's do that. We're going to be standing next to our pole. We're going to grab it above our heads, nice and high, and let's just do a walk. Not worrying about anything else, a simple basic, we're just going to walk around the pole here. Okay? Now with these steps, what we want to do is we want to create lines. Lines are very important in dance. And the way we're going to achieve that is we're going to come up on releve or up to the tips of our toes. And we're going to point our toes. Now, when we point our toes, it's not simply pointing our toes or extending our foot. The point originates from your hip. So you're going to externally rotate that hip. That's going to turn your knee out, it's going to turn your ankle out, and it's going to rotate your foot in an outward direction in a way that you are presenting your foot. So the tops of your foot are not pointed forward. They're pointed off to the side. We're headed out this way. So it's almost like we're laying our pinky toe down to the floor and we're presenting or exposing the arch of our foot here. So now, as we walk, let's point, touch. Other foot, point, touch. We'll take a few steps around the pole in this manner. And as you do, you'll notice, as opposed to our basic just walking around the pole, with extending our lines like this, we've created a larger step. We've created a larger working step here. Now as we walk, we have varying paces that we can use. So let's take it really slow here for a minute. Nice slow step, slide, step, slide, step. So that slide is a very nice way to control your movement. It's aesthetically pleasing. It creates a very nice look. So as we point our leading foot, we place our weight onto it, we're going to allow this back foot to slide and become the leader and switch. So point, slide, point, slide, point, slide. Okay? Let's speed it up a little bit faster. And let's switch sides and slow it down. And one more, speeding it up. So work on presenting that foot. Step, step, step. Find a pace that's comfortable with for you. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is angle. So as we come to the pole, we're going to grab nice and high on the pole. Our feet are going to come next to our pole, and we're going to allow our weight to drop out to the side. Okay? So we have a nice triangle in here, and we have a nice angle extending out away from the pole. Now as we do that, let's take a few steps around the pole with a nice deep angle here. So let that hand slide down a little, get a nice angle away from the pole, and work again on your footing And remember your posture. Shoulders back and down. Your navel is pulled in, your core is engaged, and your neck is elongated. And we're going to walk. Keep those feet close to the pole. Let yourself hang from that inside arm. Okay? Let's switch sides and take a little bit different approach. Let's make our angle a little bit smaller. So we're going to place our hand to the pole. We're going to let our forearm rest on the pole this time. Feet again close. We're nice and close to the pole this time. And let's work a walk in the opposite direction with a closer angle. Now they feel very different. And they also present a very different feeling. You can mix them up. So a nice long angle. And we can take it to a short angle. So after you've explored your angles, heights that you like, a toe releve point position that is comfortable for you, the next thing that we have to deal with is our hands. So no matter how pretty we have our walk, our pose, everything else, if this hand isn't doing something, it can ruin the entire effect. Now when you're first beginning, this can be a lot like, rubbing your belly and patting your head. It's a lot to keep in your brain at all the same time. So I think the addition of the element of that extra hand is one of the last things that you should look at perfecting. And it's basically as simple as a busy hand is a pretty hand. So let's walk around the pole. Let's start our walk again. We're walking, and this hand's a hanging. You have to do something with it, okay? So now this is really going to depend on the style that you're dancing, whether you're being lyrical or sensual or being staccato, all sorts of different things that you can do with this hand. So first of all, let's just reach out. We're going to reach out. And we also need to have an elegant hand. We don't want a club. We don't want it stiff. What I like is a typical ballet posture. I like to either take my ring finger, my middle finger, and almost create a pinch, like you're pinching a little golf ball in there. So we're going to extend that hand out, expose the top of your wrist, and pinch those little fingers together. So as we walk, let's just walk with our arm extended. So we're going to extend it and just walk with it straight out. Keep it out. Nice bend in the arm. Bring it in. Lead with your elbow. Bring it down. You can place it on the hip. If you're feeling more sensual, you can run it through the hair, down the body. It's up to you what you do with that hand. But you want to keep it busy. You want to keep it active. It's speaking just like the rest of your body. When you dance with your whole body. So don't forget about this extra hand out here. Your spare hand and limbs are a key element of your storytelling technique in dance. So make sure that that hand is doing something. It's speaking. It's working. Okay? So whether that be in a staccato movement or an expression or something sensual, keep your hands busy and pull. So again, posture, very important. Releve, pointed toes. Angle and busy hands. Working with those elements, finding the key pieces that you really like, experimenting and exploring is your key to finding your own personal pole dance walk.